The Charles J. Carter Award is given from time to time to a member. I'm getting emotional. Or past member of the Thunder Bay Chamber of Commerce to recognize high standards of excellence in business, community service, volunteer work done with the Chamber. This year's recipient is Rebecca Johnson. Please enjoy this video presentation by numerous Charles Carter Award recipients to outline the many ways that Rebecca epitomizes the spirit of this award.
Hi, Rebecca. It's Jack Mallon here. Rebecca has balanced the responsibilities of family life with involvement and leadership in the community. After her husband's death, when she was just 25, she took over operations of the family farm while raising 4 children. She then moved into positions with the United Way, the Lakehead Board of Education, Thunder Bay Chamber of Commerce, and Thunder Bay City Council. She has been a strong voice and committed volunteer with many organizations, many of them, over the years, and has earned a reputation as someone who always gets things done. Rebecca's work has involved diverse roles with dozens of volunteer boards, organizations, and committees in Thunder Bay and nationally, from grassroots community groups to business boardrooms, as well as provincial and federal government tables.
Rebecca served as president of the Thunder Bay Chamber from 1990 to 2000 and as chief operating officer of the Northwestern Ontario Associated Chambers of Commerce, NOACC, and volunteered as an NOACC senior advisor from 2009 through 2017. In 2000, she moved to Penticton, British Columbia, and went into partnership with her daughter in a franchise, Penticton Pedals. Upon selling the business in 2002, Rebecca moved back to Thunder Bay, accepting a position of Associate Director, Plant Development with Confederation College until 2004.
Rebecca is a well-respected and experienced leader, and her passion for our city and region is well known. She has taken on challenging leadership roles in business, service, and community organizations, and is recognized as a role model, mentor, and ambassador for women in politics and business across Northern Ontario. Rebecca is currently serving as a councillor at large. She was first elected to council in 2003 and is now in her 5th term, where she applies her strong and influential voice to advocate for people of all ages, cultures, and backgrounds. She also owns and operates her own business, Rebecca Reports for the Record, which is a confidential consulting business that helps businesses and organizations with recording minutes, writing letters, note-taking at conferences and seminars, writing reports, and doing research. Rebecca hosted the local television program Community Clipboard for over 20 years and was a judge on Reach for the Top for 4 years.
Rebecca has received numerous awards and honorary memberships in recognition of her accomplishments over the years, including City of Thunder Bay Achievement Award, Ontario Chamber B.J. Gillespie Memorial Award, Canadian Chamber Executive of the Year Award, Ontario Chamber Executives James Gordon Carnegie Award, Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth Diamond Jubilee Medal, Chamber Honorary Membership, NOAC Don Sanders Memorial Award, and the Paro Center for Women's Enterprise Top 20 in 20 Platinum Award, just to name a few. Rebecca personifies the criteria of the Charles J. Carter Lifetime Business Achievement Award and has dedicated her life to excellence in business and community service. Congratulations, Rebecca.
Hi, Rebecca. It's Jack. My goodness, I can't think of anybody that deserves this award, the Charles J. Carter Award, better than you, my friend. You've been a passionate supporter of the city, working tirelessly. You've been a mentor to me for over 30 years. God, I remember when you joined the Chamber of Commerce. You've been a great friend. Every year I get St. Patrick's Day cards from her, and she always sends me a green balloon that my grandkids love. I thank you for that. Then she sends me a birthday card. So, Rebecca, I'm sorry I'm living so long, because that's costing you money every year. But keep them coming. I love them. So I just want to say congratulations, my friend. You've been a great friend to me, and I respect you. And I'm so happy and so proud of you for this award. I know Mr. Carter would be very proud that you're the recipient this year. Have a great, great evening. Thank you.
Rebecca, congratulations on your award. You are so deserving of it. Lifelong service to your community, and I will always remember our time together through the events like the 1995 World Ski Championships and the Tour of Lights with Historical Old Fort William. We are so appreciative of all your efforts. Thank you, Rebecca.
I've known Rebecca for over 30 years, and I'm very pleased and happy that she is receiving this award. She's worked hard for it, and I have nothing to say but good things about Rebecca. So congratulations, Rebecca. Job well done.
So I've been extremely fortunate to work closely with Rebecca for many years, including during her time as president of the Thunder Bay Chamber, as an executive member of the Northwestern Ontario Associated Chambers of Commerce, and most recently as a member of the Games Organizing Committee for the Special Olympics Canada Winter Games in Thunder Bay here in 2020. There is no one more worthy of the Charles J. Carter Award than Rebecca Johnson. So please join me once again in congratulating Rebecca on such a well-deserved recognition. And I wished I could hug her, but I can't.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm really taken back, I'll be honest with you. I thought I would be really brave coming up here, but thank you. You have no idea how much this means to me. And I'm really, truly honored to receive this today. It's an even greater honor, though, to be placed in such distinguished ranks as the 21 individuals of the past honorees. Since the first award given to Charles Carter 31 years ago, I am the second female to receive the award. Ruth Armstrong was the first, and most winners I consider to be friends, and I know every single one of them. Special thanks go to the Chamber of Commerce, past presidents, and the board of directors who generously nominated and voted to give me this award. And I'd like to thank the sponsors today for making this awards program possible. Charlotte, I would like to extend my sincere congratulations to you and your team for what you've been able to do for all of us. When she called and said I had won this award, I was just flabbergasted, first off. And secondly, then when we had to change everything, it made me really stop to think about how we would do this afternoon, because I've really been isolating since March, and it's quite different to come out and talk to people at a table. In October 1990, I answered a phone call from Bill Rankin, who was the chamber president at the time, and it was about 10 p.m. I've never forgotten that. It was late in the evening, and he offered me the executive director's job with the Chamber of Commerce. And I took a deep breath at the time, and I said, sure, yes, I will take that on. And I remember going downstairs to tell my oldest son that I had just accepted this job with the chamber, and he said, well, are you pleased about this, Mom? And I said, you know what, Christopher, I have no idea what I'm going to be doing. I really don't know anything about the Chamber of Commerce. But the Chamber changed my life. I met so many, and I worked with so many great people. I learned how to read a financial statement, how business runs, how committed people were and still are to this community. I learned about Northwestern Ontario as I served as executive person for the NOAC, the Northwestern Ontario Associated Chambers of Commerce, and the list goes on. But I had flexibility in my job that allowed me to reach out to the greater community and get involved in other activities that complemented the work of the Chamber, such as Diversity Thunder Bay. I am the one standing here accepting this honor, but the award really belongs at least equally to the great teams that I have had a good fortune to work with at the various stages of my career. No man is an island. Charles Carter knew that. He would often say, no man is an island, believing that he enjoyed success in his career in part because he had the good fortune to have known and been supported by so many giving and talented people. He believed that giving back to the community was both a right and an obligation, and I took that quote from the Chamber's website. I have been fortunate to have the support of so many. When I decide that something needs to be done, such as the women's conferences held back in 2005, and they were held for about 4 years, I just gathered a bunch of ladies around the table and told them what we were going to do. And we did it. I did the same establishing the Women in Politics group 7 years ago. I just invited some women and said, we're going to do this. And we did. And we still are very strong in what we're doing. Mentorship program with Leadership Thunder Bay. It was very important that we take people and help people become leaders in our community, community leaders. And then I felt, well, we need a mentorship program. So now we have one. And we gathered people around and worked together. So if there's something that we need done in the community, that's what you do. You gather people together that has the same kind of vision and goal that you have, and you make it happen. I have something new happening right now, but it's too soon to tell you about it. It's going to be in the South Core, so wait, it's going to happen. So when we started to talk about the concept of having an off-leash dog park in the city back in 2007, I pulled the group together and said, we're going to make this happen. And I still don't have a dog, but the idea was a solid one. And I remember sitting at council chambers, and the council said, we really don't need this, Councillor Johnson. I said, yes, we do. We need an off-leash dog park. So they said, and they were kind. They were very kind. The councillor said, well, go ahead and do what you want to do. And I said, fine, good. Give me a chance. So I did. I got a group together. And what we did, and it's not as easy to get things through council as it is through the community, let me tell you that. But we now have 4 off-leash dog parks. And it started with getting people together and saying, we're going to make this happen. And we did. And I faced many challenges and several challenges in my leadership journey. And each one has only strengthened me to make me the person I am today. I set a goal and do not lose sight of it unless it is achieved. Winning this award would not have been possible without the inspiration I have received from my colleagues, from whom I have the deepest respect, and from whom I have derived the strength to challenge myself and perform better at each stage of the way. When I received the call that I won this award, I had planned to bring my family to share the day with me, the evening with me. Well, that didn't happen in the environment that we have now, and it wasn't possible. So I called my friend Sue Perdanik, and I asked her to join me here today. And she has understood and shared my conviction that communities are healthiest when its resources are strong and focused. Thanks, Sue, for sharing the vision of community and being so incredibly supportive to me. You understand what we continue to try to achieve and help make possible. Your generous gifts of time, expertise, and mentorship are deeply appreciated. And I look around this room, and I know many of you personally, and I'd just like to say thank you to you as well, because you have helped me be able to create the community that I feel is so important that we have. It's a vision of making Thunder Bay better. And as I said earlier, when we achieve, we usually do so because others have helped us. And one does not work in a community to get an award, but it really is nice to be recognized. There's no question about that. And I compliment and congratulate all the award winners today, as well as the nominees. Over the years, I have been fortunate to receive a number of awards, but the Charles Carter Award means a lot to me. I think of the individuals who have gotten up and spoken about me today, And I remember the first time that Jack Mallon, who was a great hike, and he's a great fellow, and he had all these ideas, and I'd go and have a meeting with him every week, and he'd say, "This is what we're going to do, Rebecca," and he'd go on and on and on and on, and if Jack were here, he would be smiling. And I always just say at the end of the meeting, "I'm sorry, Jack, we can't do all of that. It's impossible. So we're going to focus this in on what we really want to get done." And we do that. And Doug Smith and I took the first drive around the Tour of Lights together, and we sat in a car together and drove around. And it was so important to us that we had worked so hard to get that Tour of Lights, which are, of course, are no longer there. And Gary Woodbeck, when we met at Patterson, the shipyards, and we'd talk about things about how important it was, where shipping was and where transportation was in our community. And Barry Stribe and I worked so hard. I'm missing one person, I know that. Anyway, Barry and I worked together, and I remember calling him and I was saying, "I want to be part of the Special Olympics." And Barry said, "Well, that'd be a good idea, Rebecca. You could come and be part of the Special Olympics." I said, "But I don't want a great big job, Barry. I don't want to. I'm not interested in being, a VIP or anything. I just want to be at the levels to do some work." So he said, "Fine." So he and Paul Burke came and said, "You can be the secretary." I said, "Secretary? What is a secretary in today's environment? I'm not being a secretary. I'll be an administrative officer. That'll be fine. Give me another title." So that's what I became, the administrative officer. But we have had so much fun. And I compliment Barry because he's worked so hard on that. And go back to the marathon and all of the other things that he's done. But we worked together all these years, and it's been really, you cannot beat those kinds of relationships and working together. So I'm really earnestly grateful for the recognition I'm receiving today for the work I've done in our community. And I just want to say thank you again to the Chamber Board of Directors for the honor that you have given me this afternoon. Thank you very, very much.